Hi, I'm Kirstin Kelly, and today's lesson is going to be on riding ditches. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you never miss a release of my videos. So riding ditches can be fraught with fear, nervousness, all sorts of things, because horses tend to jump ditches quite awkwardly. Now it seems strange, but when you actually put a back rail on it and a wall on the back of it, and it becomes a palisade or a trachina, often that makes it easier because there's a lot more for the horse to look at, and so he'll jump over the top of it and make a much better shape. Whereas when you have just an open ditch, what they tend to do is do quite a big square jump. So you need to start at the beginning and jump the small ditches. When you ride ditches, think to yourself, create this mind that is focused only on riding the ditch. What do you need to get over that ditch? You need your legs to be long and secure, you need your upper body to be secure, balanced, you need your chin to be up, you need to be positive, assertive. And if you think to yourself, oh my God, I hope he doesn't jump it massive and I fall off, then that's a complete waste of your brain power. You need to focus on how you're going to ride it, and then focus only on that, and then you will get over it safely. Okay, so when you're riding a ditch, it's super important that you remember to stay nice and safe. You need to keep your position strong. So you need to keep the weight down into your heel. You need to keep your chin up, which keeps your core engaged. Remember, by keeping your head up, it keeps your neck and your shoulders strong. Then your core can stay engaged. The moment you do this, your core collapses, and then you're more likely to be in front of the movement. When you ride up to the ditch, remember that going really fast is not going to help you get over the ditch. You need to have a rhythmical, steady pace. Either if you're on a horse that's a little bit green or you're a little green, come in the trot. He only needs to go quietly and pop over it. He doesn't need a whole heap of speed. If he's more established, come in the canter first time. So on your approach, think of your position being nice and strong. Keep your eyes up so you look over the top of the ditch, your legs on, and then as the horse jumps over the ditch, make sure that you're quick to go forward and grab either a little piece of mane over the top of it, perfect, and think of just pressing down into your elbows but keeping your chin up. Now remember that when you're jumping ditches, sometimes there's always that fear that the horse is going to leap over the top of the ditch and you're going to get unseated. If you focus on that fear, it will get larger and larger, and then you won't even want to try the ditch. What you've got to do is focus your mind on what you need to do to get over the jump, which is be assertive, ride positively, be secure in your position. So what I always think to yourself is, do a position check. Say to yourself, heels down, head up. Those are the two things that are going to get you over the jump and stay safe. So when you feel a little bit nervous, Ella, that's your mantra that you're going to chant is heels down, head up. And then that way your mind is going to stay completely focused on the job, which is trot up and jump over the ditch. If your horse doesn't want to jump the ditch and you've got somebody on foot, walking in front of the horse will often encourage them just to follow you. Keep your heels down, head up. Good girl. Great job, Ella. So she did a great job there. She kept her leg long, she kept her upper body tall, and she just kept squeezing him and pushing him. Heels down, chin up, and fold. Think of your mantra. Heels down, chin up. Heels down, chin up. Good, look up, kick. Now, see a little bit there, you leant forward to encourage him to jump, but he hadn't actually jumped yet. So then you end up in front of the movement, okay? A horse, if he feels the rider start to lean forward before he's left the ground, it makes him nervous because he thinks, if I jump, you're already halfway in front of me, I might stand on you if you fall off in front of me. So it makes them really nervous. So make sure always you're better with the ditches to be a little bit more upright and a fraction left behind than to throw your upper body forward and then to be in front of the movement, okay? So that's all that happened there. Let's make a little circle again. Bring him in that nice positive trot. Heels down, head up, heels down, head up. Great job, good girl. Turn around and come back over the same spot. So just remember The approach is important. You need to be positive, you need to be rhythmical, you need to have a secure position, and when your horse dithers around on the edge of it, don't think that you need to keep pulling him away and approaching it. If he stands here and he starts to dither, he can easily step across it. Look, I can walk across it easily. A horse has 4 legs, so it's easy enough for him to do it. What you need to do is focus on your mantra of putting your heels down and keeping your chin up and being assertive, not focusing on what might happen if he does a massive leap, because that's going to take your mind into fear, and we want to have you focused and positive at riding over the top of it. When the horse leaps, it's easy enough for you to fold and just grab onto a little piece of mane and go for it. So this is a type of ditch, this is a palisade. So if it has a wall behind it, then it becomes a palisade. If it has a rail suspended over the top of it, either straight or diagonally, then it's a trachina. So the main thing to remember when you're dealing with palisades is that if you educate the horse first with the ditch, and you know that he's quite happy to jump a ditch, then when you come to jump the palisade, there's no problem at all. So when you ride this, you ride it the same way. A positive, I would say you need to be cantering when you jump your palisades. You need a positive canter and a good rhythm. You need to do a position check, weight right down through the heels, chin up, core engaged, that's right, and a positive aggressive ride. Also when you come into it, it really helps if you count out loud the canter strides, because then it helps you focus on the quality of the canter rather than, oh my God, I hope he jumps it. So as you come into the jump, 1, 2, 3, 4 as the horse canters, so it helps you listen to the beat of the canter and stay really focused on riding that positive canter. When the horse gets to the bottom of the palisade, if he goes to hesitate, the best thing you can do is really put your leg on, and if you're really good at being able to put your reins in one hand and then hit him behind your leg, that is the best way to ride it. Because when he gets to that point where he hesitates, you need to give him the confidence to go. So being able to tap him behind your leg is a really effective way of not getting that stall and then a big staggery leap, but to make it nice and smooth. If your horse is really nervous about jumping over a ditch, another thing you can do, have somebody walk over it, but if he won't follow another horse or even a person, what you can do is lunge him over it. So put him on a long lead rope or a lunge rope and actually stand with somebody on either side so that then he's got guided wings, so he's staying right over the middle of it, and then stand on the other side with a longer lunge line so that then he's not going to jump on top of you, and then that way he doesn't have the pressure of the rider and he can suss it out and figure it out himself. Don't stand there with whips chasing him and beating him. He needs to have time to think about it. If you stand there and just quietly cluck and a little gentle encouragement from the lunge line, that'll encourage him just to suss it out and pop over it. Always start with a small enough ditch, and if you keep walking in front of him and stepping over it, generally they will follow you.